and welcome back to another refresh play video. So in this video I'll be looking at Game of Life Quarter Life Crisis, now with Crippling Debt. This is one of the newer games we've got in. We actually got this in a few days ago, so it is very new. I'll just give you a little close-up of the game board on the back. So just read you a few bits from the back. Job, work 2 jobs and still barely afford the rent. Family, you can't take care of yourself, but sure, have some kids. Humiliation, so many awkward situations. And debt, pay it all off to win. I feel like many people will identify with this game. So let's open up the box and see what we've got inside. So this is, just to clarify, an adult board game, and it's for 2 to 4 players, so this game will be for 18 plus. So we've got a little clip of the rules there. A little setup instruction. How to play and what happens on stop spaces, action cards, loans, and how to win. First player to reach 5,000k at the end of a turn wins. Congrats, you're free of crippling debt. Well, in this game at least. Got your tokens. Your money. And your pop outs. Got all your cards in this deck here. We'll open those up in a second and have a look. And you've got your spinner. Opening up the game board, so we'll have a little close-up of this in a second. Okay, so we've got the start, action card space, your spinner goes here, so you pop these pop outs out. So that twists onto that spot, and then this sits on top, and that is your spinner. So depending on your colour and what lands on you, that's the number that you got. And then the pictures are a little bit different from the standard game board, but more or less this game board is the same. Let's have a proper read of the instructions. What's the point? Be the first to collect 500k to pay off your soul-crushing debt. Contents: game board, spinner base, 100 cards, 4 cars, money pack, 4 savings tokens, and 24 pegs. To play. The player who cried last goes first. On your turn, spin and move forward that number of spaces. On your first turn, decide which direction to move. When you come to a junction, you can choose what road to take. You're allowed to loop around to spaces you've already been on as long as you're always moving in the same direction. No changing direction. Stop immediately if you hit a stop space. See stop spaces for what to do. Have you passed or landed on any of these spaces? Payday. Payday for each of these spaces you pass or land on. Collect your salary from the bank. Remember to collect your increased salary if you have a spouse. Rent. Rent for each of these spaces you pass or land on. Pay the rent amount on your house card. Risky road. If you land on one of these spaces, collect or pay the amount shown. Watch out. If you land on a space that another player is already on and you have a car crash, both of you must pay 10k to the bank for not having car insurance. Don't have enough money to complete an action? See loans and dive deeper into the dark abyss of debt. Draw an action card. See action cards for details. Count up your money, then move your token to that number in the savings tracker. The tracker lets you see how well or terribly your opponents are doing. That's it, you can stare at your phone or whatever while the next person in a clockwise direction has their turn. So we'll have a little look at the stop spaces. Stop immediately if you reach one of these spaces, even if you have moves left. After you complete the action, spin again. Only pick up the action card at the end of your turn after you spin. Spouse. If you are single, get hitched. Add a peg to your car. If you already have a spouse, get divorced. Kick your spouse peg out of your car, now spin again. If you have a card that protects you from divorce, you can play it at this space. New job. Draw 2 job cards and keep your favourite. Return the other cards and your old job to the bottom of the deck. Now spin again. New house. Time to move. Draw 2 new house cards and keep your favourite. Return the other card and your old house to the bottom of the deck. Now spin again. Baby. The first time you play on this space, spin to see how many babies you have and how much baby shower money you'll get. Pop those pegs onto your car and spin again. If you stop on this space again, you do not spin for kids. Instead, you have to pay childcare. 20k per kid in your car. Now spin again. Action cards. When you draw an action card, do what it says and then return it to the bottom of the deck unless it says otherwise. Some action cards require you to spin. These spins do not count towards side gigs. Dare. Cards with this symbol let you sabotage another player. If you choose to do the dare on a card, you get to give that card to the player of your choice. They then must do the action, pay, get divorced, etc. instead of you. If you do not do the dare, coward, the card affects you. Penalty. Cards with this symbol have a penalty that lasts after your turn. Hold the card as a reminder of the penalty. Once you've completed the requirement on the card, return it to the bottom of the deck. And of course, loans. If you don't have enough money to complete an action, take out a bank loan. Take cash from the bank plus 1 bank loan certificate for every 10k you need to borrow. Pay the loan off at any time by returning each certificate to the bank along with the 10k in cash. You have to pay off all loans before you can win. The first player to reach 500k at the end of the turn wins. Congrats, you're free of crippling debt. Well, in this game at least. And last but not least, we'll have a look at some of the cards that come in the pack. So you've got your house cards, and we'll have a little close-up of those in a moment. So you've got parents' basement, still smells like your dead hamster. Friend's sofa, ignore that stain on the cushion. Grandma's house. Darn it, Grandma, I told you to knock. Van. In a van by the river. Treehouse. Your housemate is a squirrel. Starter home. And at this rate, you're forever home. City penthouse. Lol, can you really afford this? Suburban dream. The perfect place to await a midlife crisis. And that's the highest rented house. That's 60k. So those are your house cards. Next we have job cards. So we have an intern and side gig, gold digger. Whenever someone spins 4, the bank pays you 20k. Assistant to the assistant manager, salary 40k. Side gig, executive consultant. When someone spins 2, the bank pays you 20k. Then we'll go up to sort of mid-range. Customer service representative, salary 60k. Side gig, interpretive dancer. Personal injury lawyer, 70k salary. Side gig, professional snuggler. Social media influencer. Side gig, life coach. Pro gamer, 80k. Side gig, energy drink endorser. And then the most well paid salary, 80k for fitness guru. Side gig, medical testing subject. So those are the job cards. Next up we've got the action cards, and we'll go through a few of these actions. Fired. You posted what online? Return your job card to the deck. Shuffle and draw a new one. Dare. Take a goofy selfie. The player to your right decides which of your friends you have to send it to. This game could get interesting. Spider in the bathroom. You have no choice. You had to burn the house down. Dare. If you could save all but one player here from a gigantic spider, who would you sacrifice and why? Let's go to the middle of the deck. House party. Okay, why is there a pizza under the sofa? Choose the player most likely to ruin a party, then they pay you 20k. That's most relatable. Lose your phone. Spiral into a void of anxiety and sadness. Pay the bank 20k. And then let's go right to the back. Your crush likes you back. Oh wait, that was a dream. Pay the bank 20k. Dare. Reveal a weird dream you had involving someone you know. And those are just some of the action cards. And then you've got the rules cards. Each player gets one of these. It just gives you a rundown of the rules and what happens. And so there's 4 of those. And that is Game of Life Quarter Life Crisis, now with crippling debt. And you can actually buy this on our website, and I'll post a link in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.